Hello, dear friends, and good morning on the 19th of September. Hope everyone is okay after the lunar eclipse. And today the energy will be significantly different because now the transiting moon is in Aries. It has already passed the conjunction with the North Node, and during the whole day it will be in Aries, and the energy is much more dynamic. First of all, recently we haven't had any fire energy, so this may feel like, we are more energized, we are able to do something, we are able to kind of like take some action, because again, especially the past few days with the eclipse, with the moon being in Pisces in conjunction with Saturn, the energy was significantly lower and at the same time quite intense. But it could have been more difficult for you maybe to show up something externally, to do something, to take action more in the outside world. But today, I would say the energy is very supportive for experimenting, for taking action and doing something more dynamic, something that will energize you more. Let's take a look together. This is the chart for today. And as we can see, the moon is already in Aries. But a very interesting aspect, I would say the most interesting aspect for the day, is also the exact trine between Uranus and the Sun. We've been feeling this energy for a while, but today is like the peak level of this energy. And the Sun and Uranus are the only two planets which in their glyph, they have this dot inside. So here with the Sun, you can clearly see the dot inside. The Uranus symbol is very small here in this software, so maybe you don't really see it. I also can't see it, but it's there. In this lower part here of the glyph, inside the circle, there is also a dot. Basically, the Uranus symbol includes the Sun symbol in it. Here, this lower part is basically the same as the Sun. I'm saying this because I want to explain how those two planets, they have a really special connection. They are the two planets, the two main planets related to creativity and bringing something really new into this world. So from this perspective, the day is very positive for experimenting, for allowing yourself to have more freedom, to try something new, to do it in a different way, to be more spontaneous, to be creative, to put yourself out there. The moon is in Aries, so we need something more dynamic. We need to take action. We need to initiate something. And what is the tricky part here? The tricky part is that at the same time, the Sun has an applying opposition with Neptune. It's not exact yet, so this aspect is not as strong as the trine with Uranus, but it's pretty close. In the next few days, it will get to the peak level, so we'll talk more about it. But what is the risk with this opposition, the Sun and Neptune? The risk is that we may not see something clearly. So we need to be very, very cautious with some possible idealizations of anything. It could be people, it could be things we want to do. The Uranus energy is also about ideals, but here we see a positive connection. So from one side, we may get closer to our ideals, or kind of like an ideal version of something we want to achieve, we want to do. And yet, from another point of view, there could be either something disappointing, or we may want to make it perfect, but we can face with the reality that nothing can be perfect. This resonates so much also with the Sun in Virgo. Virgo is the sign of perfectionism, trying to kind of like do everything in the right way, the best way. And this combination with Neptune may suggest that we can face with reality. We may realize that, okay, things may not be so perfect, or We may not reach this ideal version or desire that we have. But here we have again two angles. What is the difference between the Uranus and the Neptune idealization? The Neptune idealization is more based on feelings. It's more about some kind of emotions. The Uranus idealization is more about ideas and the mind. So the right strategy for today, don't rely so much on feelings and emotions. They could be misleading, and they can make you kind of like feel disappointed, or I would say emotionally unstable or uncertain. Instead, try to rely more on your mind. Try to rely more on those ideas that you want to pursue or how you see things. So the mind needs to be a little bit more detached from, again, the possible unstable emotions. Then we can have some really positive results. Why we also need to be more careful with emotions, not only today, but in the next couple of days, this tendency will be even higher, because we are starting to experience an applying square between Venus and Pluto. It will be exact in the next couple of days. And after that, Venus will move to Scorpio. So overall, the tendency, the emotional atmosphere for the next couple of days will get more and more intense, with some kind of possible dramatic experiences or feelings or exaggeration also. So in the next couple of days, yeah, we need to be more careful and to make sure that we are not like, completely controlled by some kind of moods, inner states, emotions, because again, they could be exaggerated, unrealistic, and I would say misleading. So to summarize, for today, try to focus on things that are important for you, maybe things that sound like ideals for you, but more from a mental perspective and from the perspective of experimenting, maybe trying something new, seeing this as an adventure. This is very important. Try to detach, to be mindful, to be careful with those mechanisms that can make you feel maybe sorry for yourself or disappointed, or basically, let me find the words to describe this properly. It would be helpful if you look into your state and emotions, especially if they are over dramatic or related to feeling sorry about something, to question them, not to trust them right away, because again, they could be exaggerated and misleading. So trust your mind more, especially if it's about something new, and question any feeling, especially if it's something like feeling sorry or disappointed, or the Neptune favorite stuff. And try to do something. The energy is supportive for some initiative, some action, and kind of like feeling more energized, doing something even on a physical level that will help you to increase your physical energy. So that's the overview for today. I hope you will have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow.